kids are the future of our generation, and they deserve the best we can give them. But are we exposing our youth to dangerous temptations like fast food and sugar-laden drinks? Not very healthy options. When it comes to eating, are we teaching or spoiling our children? And we investigate the oldest mystery in the household: why kids hate their veggies and how you can make them eat their greens.
You don't like it?
I like pizza.
This week, the food detectives answer the question, could you be harming your kids with food?
Wow, these guys have so much crazy energy. Where does it all come from? Their food, of course. But moms and dads, could you be harming your kids with food? What are you doing wrong, and do you know the consequences of the wrong children's diet? Now, before we go into any more detail, let's find out first by asking the parents.
We do a lot of sandwiches, cheese, peanut butter, spreads.
He usually has a varied diet, and he eats lots of fruits, and he loves lots of cheese.
Vegetables, porridge, fruits, fish.
They are at this growing stage, so yeah, got to give them as much nutrition as they need to.
Well, it seems that some parents do put a lot of thought into their children's diets.
It's always good to know which types of foods give our kids the nutrients that they need. But actually getting the kids to eat that kind of food, well, that's a whole other story. Nowadays, kids are so spoiled for choice, but it wasn't always this way.
Back in the old days, meals were commonly homemade with fresh ingredients from the market. Processed foods weren't very popular until the 1980s, when Western-style fast food chains started gaining popularity. Today, fast food chains are everywhere. Fast food is all about convenience, serving cheap, easy to eat, and savory foods. But these kinds of foods tend to be energy-dense and nutrient-low. This means they pack on sugar, salt, and fat, but not enough fiber, vitamins, and minerals.
Just how much has fast food changed over the years? Well, back in the days in the 1950s when fast food joints were just starting up, you'd be served a burger this size. Flash forward to 2014, the biggest burger you'll get, unless you're in Texas, is this size. Now that's a 500% increase in size and a 100% increase in calorie content. Now, how about soda, ladies and gentlemen? Back in the day, you'd get a soda this size. Boom! 2014, you'll get a soda this size, or even bigger.
These days, just one fast food meal can pack in over 850 calories, way over the recommended daily average for children. Even so, that doesn't seem to stop parents from rewarding their kids with fast food meals.
How about fast food? Do you usually give them that from time to time?
We limit it. Her dad gives her that once in a while.
I try not to encourage that. Give them fries sometimes.
As a parents, we don't encourage him to go to fast food.
We will still have fast food in the weekend so that they have fun.
Whether you're dining in or out, there's always an opportunity to make healthy choices for you and your kids. But sometimes they may not actually be on the kids' menu. Let's take a look at this. Look at these names: spaghetti twirlies, cheesy omelette, ham and cheese toasties, fish and chippies. Quite cute, but not very healthy and certainly not very nutritious. Let's take a look at the colors. It's pretty much all yellow, all brown, a bit of red, and some parsley for garnish. Not very healthy options.
And now, my childhood meals with Nikki Mueller.
I remember when I was a little girl and I got good grades, or if I was well behaved, my mom would let me pick whatever sweets I wanted from the grocery. But, you know, looking back at that, is that kind of reward system a good thing, or should parents reconsider?
Parents tend to associate sweets and junk food with positive behaviors that children display. So using sweets or junk food for reward, children are going to tend to associate junk food with pleasure and positive experiences. Maybe you did well in school, so your mother rewards you with a treat. So what ends up happening is, because children are easily conditioned, they will associate over time these positive experiences and the praise and love of their parents maybe with certain foods that make them feel good.
Cereal sweet.
In a previous investigation on packaging, we followed this little guy around the supermarket while he chose his favorite snacks based on colors.
Teddy, why these marshmallows?
Because I like the color red over here and over here.
Do you like that it has lots of different colors?
Yeah, that's why I chose it.
Because it's bright?
Of course, Teddy wasn't reading any of the labels or ingredients. He just picked based on what he found visually attractive. So, is color a major factor in kids' food choices? I think it's time we take this investigation to another level. We are the For this fun experiment, I'm recruiting tiny detectives. I'm presenting them with a plate with 6 variations of the exact same snack. They have the same taste, the same texture. The only thing that's different is the color. So I want to find out, does color actually play a deciding factor in their choice? The kids will taste each snack and then vote for their favorite one by dropping a token of that same color into the piggy bank. Are you ready? Here we go. What does that look like? Looks like a dog. At first, the kids were unsure of which snack they liked. How do you describe it? No? Some kids didn't like what they tried. You don't like it? Do you like it or not so much?
No.
No? What do you think?
Nothing also.
Okay. What does it taste like?
Orangina.
Orangina.
Interestingly, some kids associated color
What's the taste?
with flavor.
Pear.
Oh, okay. Grape.
Cheese.
Oh, it tastes like cheese, this one. How do you describe that one?
Banana.
Is that better than some of the others?
Yes.
Oh, you like this one. Good. Which one do you think tasted the best?
Coming up, which color will emerge top choice among our little detectives? You'll be surprised. We also investigate the school cafeteria. Are students of all ages getting the right nutrition? Or are they harming themselves with food? Today, we investigate if you could be harming your kids with food. So far, we've discovered a shocking change in fast food portions over the years.
The biggest burger you'll get, unless you're in Texas, is this size. Now that's a 500% increase in size.
And we also did a fun little taste test with a bunch of kids to find out if color affects their food choices.
What's the taste?
Pear. Cheese.
Oh, it tastes like cheese.
Now, I want to know which colored snack the kids liked best.
Which one are you going to vote for? It's good? You've tried all of them. Which one is your favorite? Wait, hold on. Okay. He's a lucky one. That's in the piggy bank. Go. Nice. Like money. What do you think this tasted like?
Yummy.
It's time to reveal the results of this investigation, and I am sorry to tell you, Piggy, that it's time to break the bank! Safety glasses on! It's hammer time! I'm sorry, Piggy, but you served us well. All right, let's take a look at the results over here. We've got a few chips. Let's take them out. 3 light blues, 2 whites, a yellow, a dark blue, and would you have a look at that? The winner is green. Now, a lot of parents were saying, oh, maybe kids don't like the color green, the color of vegetables, but it happens to be the winner. Food for thought over there. So in conclusion, based on this small experiment, it would seem that color does influence kids' food choices.
So, if the kids prefer the color green, what do they have to say about veggies now?
So how do you feel about veggies?
I don't like it.
How come?
Because they are always very crunchy.
Do you like vegetables?
A bit.
Do you eat a lot of veggies?
No.
Everything green? Oh, that's not me.
My parents make me eat it a lot at dinner time, So I normally do. They taste good, but there's things that taste better. So like you choose the one that tastes better.
And now, my childhood meals with Nikki Mueller.
Ooh, I was a pretty big eater when I was a kid. And of all my favorite foods, veggies were never, ever, ever one of them. My parents used to say to me, Nikki, you better eat your broccoli. You cannot leave this table unless you eat your broccoli. And I just put my fork down. And I'd cry and I'd cry. I really just didn't like vegetables. But you know what? Thinking about it now, do kids really hate vegetables? And did the old me really hate it? Or did we not like that stressful environment around the dinner table where parents were forcing you to eat them?
The worst thing you can do is be an anxious parent who's transferring their anxious behavior onto eating and vegetables and nutritious foods, because children will be very sensitive to that anxiety, and that can create a lot of stress for the child at mealtime. You should eat your vegetables, it's good for you. It's not really something you want to do or that you would like doing that, which is not necessarily a positive experience for a child, right? So then now they've paired that negative experience with vegetables. Parents should make meal times fun and social for kids. That's the best way to get kids to really engage with food.
Another way to connect kids with their diets is before the food even reaches their plate. So I paid a visit to PCF Kindergarten in Woodlands. It was really great to see a curious bunch of kids coming together and getting involved with their food. With the help of such activities, children may even become eager to eat these veggies because they grew it right there in their own school.
Another thing you can do that's probably simple for most people is to grow a small herb garden in your condo and plant together and sort of enjoy the experience of facilitating social interaction around where food comes from, so that they feel a sense of pride and inclusion when it comes to eating vegetables.
Part of creating a healthy meal is having the kids learn what to eat, when to eat, and what's best for them. And how do you learn? You gotta go to school.
Kids spend 14 years of their lives from age 4 to 18 in the education system, from preschool to primary and secondary. This means they take at least one meal and one snack inside school. So how do schools plan nutritious meals for their students?
I'm experiencing a cuteness overload right now. I'm surrounded by lovely 4 to 8-year-olds. They come to this cafeteria. It's lunchtime. It's loud. It's bustling. They're having a good time. The interesting thing about this place is that there are healthy options on the menu. But even more interesting is that it's the parents that pre-select the healthy options for them. What is it that you love to eat here at the cafeteria? What's your favorite meal?
Pizza. Today it was pizza.
And yesterday?
I forget.
Tomorrow, what are you gonna go for?
I don't know.
You're not sure?
We talked to Jane Freeman, a consultant dietitian, and she told us what she was up to.
Our mission has been to put together a whole school food plan that help promote health and well-being amongst the students. When we came in, we had a look around. There was a lot of good stuff on the canteen menus, but it did need some tweaking.
What would you consider to be the biggest change that you're going to make?
We've got a lot of soda drinks in our high school canteen. We looked at the amount of sugar in some of, particularly the big cups of soda drinks, and we were all shocked to see that it was over 100 grams of sugar. We are planning to take out the sugary drinks.
Whoa! Taking out the sugary drinks? How do the students feel about that?
Wow, I don't know. I like that. So that's not okay. Yeah, that's a little bit too extreme. Like, I don't think people would buy it from the caf anymore if that happens.
I don't think people would like it. I mean, I personally don't drink soda here, so I'm fine with it. But I think a lot of people sort of, in some ways, do rely on boosts of sugar. It'd be great if there was more healthy options available.
Would you go for the healthier choices, though?
No, I would take a look at it.
You take a look at it. You're open.
Coming up, we unveil the big school cafeteria shake-up and how the kids really feel about it.
It's pretty good. I like it.
No, I have.
And we find out what's bubbling in these drinks. Could you be harming your kids with them?
It looks pretty gross, actually. It's thick and brown. And that's what you're drinking.
Mayday! What if your kids won't eat anything? Find out what you can do to save their diets after the break. Previously, we carried out a taste test to find out if colors affected kids' food choices. And sure enough, it did.
Have a look at that. The winner is green. That was interesting.
We also learned about Jane's mission to save kids from harming themselves with food. And her first step?
We are planning to take out the sugary drinks.
Controlling your kids' sugar intake is very challenging simply because sugar is absolutely everywhere. There's usually a lot more sugar in our food than you think. Take, for instance, this bottle of juice. How much of this is real fruit and how much of it is sugar?
If we as adults don't know how much sugar we're drinking, do kids know? Well, we asked Professor Dan and his students to help us out with an interesting cola experiment.
This cola experiment is going to show that cola has two main components to it, a sugary syrup and water. I'm going to give my students a can of cola soft drinks, and they're going to film themselves while they're performing this experiment. The experiment is going to have them distill it or boil the soda and remove the water, and then they're going to see what cola soft drinks are really made of.
Cola is reaching its boiling point. Water is almost reaching to the milk carton, and the bubbles down below on the cola are bubbling extremely.
The water is going to go off into the air, and what's going to be left is called the solute, which is the cola syrup. This is the same syrup that restaurants use, by the way. The syrup is only delivered to them, and they add water to it before serving it to you.
Whoa! Thanks for the heads up, Professor. And what's more is that the syrup alone is 65% sugar, and the kids got to taste the syrup in its purest form.
This is basically the residue from the cola. This is our finished product. It does have the consistency of soy sauce.
It looks pretty gross, actually. It's thick and brown, and that's what you're drinking is a diluted version of this thick syrup.
It doesn't really smell like a lot.
It doesn't smell like anything, kind of like caramel. So, you ready, Abby? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Ew.
It tastes like old medicine.
It tastes kind of like really sugary and caramel.
It's kind of like sweet to the point where like you don't like it.
In our investigations to find out whether or not you could be harming your kids with food, we went straight to the schools. We saw preschoolers eating healthy set meals, but the high schoolers, not so good. So now we're on a mission to make sure these guys get the best options they deserve. And I'm ready to see the menu shake-up.
At a glance, there are more healthy options and less sugary drinks. So, what do the kids think about this change?
Right now we have more varieties, so we tend to like change. But last year we like stuck to one thing every day. There's a lot more options and they're healthier.
Have you ever looked at the salad bar or considered going to it?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I have. No, I haven't.
It's pretty good. I like it. I think there's like a lot of different types of food, so I appreciate that.
Anything else that you miss?
Because all the street sweet drinks all disappeared, so now it's like all like sugarless tea.
They got rid of one of my drinks that I used to get a lot, so I'm kind of upset about that. Otherwise, it's fine.
So we're back with Jane, who's just completed a nutritional adventure. Tell me, what's the feedback?
And the feedback I've had from the teachers is also been really, really positive, which is our teachers are telling us that the children, they feel better, they have more energy, they're able to study and focus a lot more in the classroom.
And now, my childhood meals with Nikki Mueller.
When I was younger,
If I wasn't outside playing, I'd be sitting at home watching TV while eating. And now, I'm on TV and I'm still eating. And the crazy thing with that is, you're just eating and eating, you have absolutely no idea how much you're consuming when you're watching TV. But today, this is a modern day phenomenon that a lot of people call mindless eating, right? Everyone's a little bit guilty of it, but there's got to be a couple of ways in which you can try to reverse it.
Mindless eating is a great opportunity to kind of cash in on getting kids to eat healthy foods without them even realizing it. So if you've replaced the junk food with healthy foods and vegetables and fruits, they're now going to be eating mindlessly, not really paying attention, but they're going to be consuming food that is high in nutrients and good for them. Parents tend to get really worried when they have fussy eaters as children, and it's not something to worry about. Research has shown that children grow out of it. They will get nutrients and calories from whatever it is they do want to eat.
Whoa, that's good news. But how about we make the parents' job a little easier? For some great food tips, we turn to our man of the kitchen, Chef Dan.
Can you make something visually appealing, attractive, and yummy? What's your big idea?
Well, I know that kids like toys. And some of those toys happen to be blocks. And those blocks tend to be colorful. And little kids, like your 3- and 4-year-olds, love to put colorful blocks in their mouth.
So why not? Why don't we do it?
Make the food colorful blocks.
I like how you think. Let's do that.
First, you'll take some vegetables like carrot, radish, and zucchini, even cucumber, and we'll season them with salt and sugar to pickle them.
Ooh, oh yeah, because we're pickling. All right.
We're gonna let this sit for about half an hour.
Blocks.
You need to cook pumpkin and beetroot. For kids especially, they like to have those things soft. And then you're gonna take your protein.
In it goes.
All right, we just had some warm water with a little bit of vinegar and salt. You can use chicken breast, salmon, even beef. Cook softly and cut into nice shapes as well.
Let's get creative. Cute. But it's just fun. Different shapes, different sizes.
Now, the idea is to have many different shapes and colors on the plate. It's exciting for the kids, but remember, it's got to be cut to shapes that are bite-sized. They got a little mouse. And now we've got funky, colorful dinner.
I love it. Great job, Chef.
Nice work.
Yee-hee! Teamwork, you and me.
Now we just got to find some kids. Okay, go ahead. I also want. In the end, it's all about having fun. Maybe you even want to let your kid design his own plate.
Kids grow up so fast. It's really important that they get the essential nutrients they need to stay healthy in mind and body. I know it's a tough job, being a parent, being a guardian, but it helps to be firm and vigilant, knowing what they're eating in school, at home, or when you're eating out. Spend some time as a family and try to be enthusiastic about certain foods, especially the ones they don't like so much, like veggies. Lead by example. I know you can do it. Bon appetit.